Let's get to the 5 biggest stories of the day from around the NFL. Mark Springer is on the other side of the glass. He lobs them up, and we try and dunk it. Let's do it.
Alley-oop time. All right. Sean Payton talking to the media via Zoom today. He opened his press conference by defending Bo Nix's lack of accuracy on deep balls. A few questions later, Sean Payton was asked this.
Yeah, Sean, you mentioned the concept of not obviously overcoaching on a deep ball here and there. I'm curious, does the conversation, any conversations with Bo, is it changed, after kind of a game where you leave a couple of things on the table? Does that change in year two as opposed to year one? Are you talking about any things kind of differently, or is it the same
Are we
as you
talking about
would?
the deep ball again? Meaning the conversations relative with the Q would not be those two deep balls on third and like 23 or third and 11. The conversation would be, throughout the game relative to plays we're getting in and out of, location throws, third down. But a lot's been made, I think, of the two long balls, and I'll be honest with you, and that again, driving in this morning, that'd be like 50th on my to-do list item.
Really?
I thought that was a great question.
Okay, yeah.
I really did. Like the subtext of the question was, does the conversation evolve with a second-year quarterback? Does it evolve to some finer points? Like in year one, you do want to see him get in and out of the huddle successfully. Sean made a big deal out of that. Heck, Ben Johnson said that about Caleb Williams, of like, he's starting to get better at that whole thing. That's no small thing. You do have to be able to do that successfully. But again, in year two, we've talked about this, Andy, of like, you're starting to move now, like, let's get to the 300 level. Let's get to some of the graduate level stuff. And I think that question right there is just at that point right there of what can you do finer on an execution level to be able to make those plays right there. And again, Sean just makes it of, I'm not talking about that stuff. All right, well, when do you talk about that stuff? Because he is inaccurate throwing the ball deep downfield.
Yeah, it's complicated because, again, and somebody texted in earlier and said this, and I think it's a fair question, is Sean giving Bo too much of a pass? I don't know. Again, all this is born out of the fact, as Diana Rossini talked about, Sean apparently had to wake up at 5:15 and text her how much he loves Bo Nix or something like that.
Yeah.
So all he's done is beat the drum for the guy. And look, man, this is where I feel bad for Bo, all right? And I realize he's a pro athlete, and, if you're mad at him today, you're mad at him. I get it, whatever. Bo didn't bring any of these expectations on himself. Bo did not, as we've talked about, he did not tout how he was going to move up in the rankings of quarterbacks in this division. He's not the one, you know what I'm saying? And Sean's the one that kept talking about it. Now, again, the people that I talked to and I asked, is really weird. I've never seen a coach do this. They felt like Sean was trying to put the pressure out there because he truly believes in Bo. But at some point, it is okay. Because I don't think Bo's going home. They caught the lip reading. Somebody put out the lip reading of Bo going, man, I really had some shots today that I missed. Leggy says it all the time. Bo is more aware of what needs to be fixed and maybe anybody else on the team at times. I think he's a self-reflective guy. I think he's hard on himself. I think that's why you get pissy Bo after the game. But at some point, it's okay for the coach to say, and however he wants to say it, it has to be better.
Again, like, why did Sean Payton fall in love with Bo Nix? Because he doesn't take negative plays. Okay? That's the whole thing. Look at that game yesterday. Bo didn't take negative plays.
Right.
He got sacked a couple of times. Neither of them were a killer. He didn't turn the ball over yesterday. He took care of the football. Like, he did that thing. Okay, cool. Like, I think Bo Nix generally has that part down because that's just in his DNA as a quarterback. And I will not dismiss that, by the way. That's valuable. The fact that he has that as a baseline still leads me to believe that there is a good NFL quarterback in there. But also, like, what's the next step? Can you hit the splash plays? Can you hit the explosives?
Okay.
And he's not. And that's where it's like, okay, well, now we have to lower the ceiling on what this guy is. Is he just a nice game manager? And again, that question of, again, can you get to the part of the conversation where you're now fixing the execution things and making the big plays, not just keeping your team in it, but actually winning the football game?
Look, I totally agree with you, but I also think one of the problems that Bo has right now is an offensive-wide problem. Now, he's the quarterback, so you're in charge of this.
Yeah.
But this offense is not in a rhythm. And Jeff Legwold said something I'm going to remember for a little bit when we talked to him last hour. There are no bread and butter plays. What play do you have that gets Bo going? Now, sometimes it was a run for him. The easy throws, the behind the line of scrimmage throws, they're starting to take those away. And I would like, maybe we talk about this a little bit later on. I am kind of curious, Nate, some of the pressure statistics you have there, nice statistics, and they do speak well to the offensive line. But are we also seeing teams drop back and try to make Bo show them, I'm going to fit the tight window throw in? See, yes, I want the shot plays because they're scheming them open and they're fun to watch. What I need right now is your must-have-it third down play. I don't know what that is. I don't know what you go to on, say, a 3rd and 7 that we know they're going to go after. And look, Daniel Jones, and I'll stick with Daniel Jones because there was a guy last year everybody was trying to laugh out of the league. That guy had no problem. Leggy mentioned this too. Mike Sanford mentioned this. There's about a yard of separation. I'm throwing it anyway because I trust my tight end and I know we're going to make the play. I don't think the Broncos have one of those. Maybe it's something with Courtland Sutton, but, dude, it feels like they are taking Courtland Sutton away. I realized yesterday's game numbers would suggest otherwise, but for the most part, Courtland has not been as readily available to Bo as we've seen.
And where was he in crunch time? A little bit of good news. A little silver lining to throw at Bronco fans everywhere. Yeah, you got Philly in week 5, and those guys, they've won 19 of their last 20 games.
They know what they're doing.
They sure do.
They know their identity.
Fun finish to that thing yesterday. Rams had them till they didn't. You got the Bengals with Browning, Jets, Giants, Cowboys, Texans, Raiders coming up here.
Should not be a murderer's row.
Yeah.
The problem is the travel makes me nervous for the Giants one. Although watching last night, I'm like, maybe I should not be.
They're good.
All right. You brought up not wanting to start Jackson Dart against the Chargers.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you're going to want to do it in Denver against Denver either.
I'm not sure that's what you want to do. That's a good point right there. Go ahead, Spring.
All right, for the Chargers, Jim Harbaugh confirmed today that Najee Harris did tear his Achilles. He is out for the season. Let's hear from Jim Harbaugh today. This is a good one. He's talking about Justin Herbert, Derwin James, the big game that both those two-star players had. Jim Harbaugh's got a new tier ranking system for what wins or loses him a game.
Now, Justin Herbert, he was at I've always kind of the things that can happen, in a game individually for a player, which would be we won and my team won and I was one of the reasons we won. Next best would be we won and I had a good game. Next best would be I won and I didn't have a good game. Next best would be we lost and
the rankings here.
I had a good game.
I need a chart.
Next would be we lost and
I didn't play well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Next would be
we
lost and I was the reason we lost. That would be the worst possible. But now there's going to be a new category. Which is we won and Justin Herbert was the reason we won. We won and Derwin James was the reason we won. We can now say that there's a new category to say, if this is Justin Herbert speaking, we won and I was the reason we won. That's what I would say.
What the hell did I just listen to?
The 1 through 5 rating scale.
Yeah,
that's Yelp review or
your
Uber
5
rating.
stars. It's pretty.
Whatever.
It's pretty universal.
Ubiquitous. It's everywhere, right?
Yeah, that's right.
How many levels did Harbaugh just?
I don't even know.
I think I counted 8.
He didn't know. He was writing Dante's 7 levels of hell. I don't know what he was doing.
He was meandering off, but
yeah,
that's a lot of levels.
All he needed to say was, what's cool? I've got Justin Herbert's the reason we won, which is the best, and now Derwin James is also up there with it, and I just don't want to be the reason we lost, and we could have moved on. Is this about halfway through that list with Peyton Manning when he asked for the PB&J from the guy's wife?
What a world-class weirdo, man.
And yet he just continues to coach good football.
Good football coach. Yeah.
Boy, I brought up I brought up the Cowherd take to Barnett this week, and he about blew a gasket.
He's pretty good.
He is. I go, Coach, you can't argue it. Coach hates it because it was media guy. I go, oh, so if Vince Lombardi said it, then it's scripture. But because it's a media guy, no way.
Harbaugh's pretty good. I got to say, that guy can coach some ball.
And now he does. Is Herbert his best player? I mean, I know he had luck in college. He may have his best player ever.
Yeah.
This could be a little scary.
Yeah.
Because I agree with Leggy. I think Harbaugh's been good for Herbert.
This is the best quarterback he's had. Yeah, this is the guy. Again, like, can the Chargers keep this up? Their offensive line is already in shambles. They lost Najee Harris to the Achilles, so he's out for the year, which maybe that's better. They give more opportunities to Amari and Hampton, even though I think Najee Harris is a pretty damn good player still. But
I'll answer your question. No, if Herbert's going to – listen, they
he's
may
this
not
guy.
He got the tar beat out of him. You could watch I'm sure he feels horrible today.
He was hit 15 times yesterday.
If that keeps up, it ain't going to last. It will Charger at some point.
Yeah.
But if they can get some semblance of protection for him, there's an issue in the AFC.
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
Again, Bronco fans, you want some positive? That throw was stupid. That was just that was an elite caliber play.
Hall of Fame
From the
play.
throw to the catch.
Hall of Fame play.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
If you weren't rooting for anybody in the game, as a football fan, you just said, that's the highlight of the week.
If you were a Bronco fan, you watched that and you went, holy crap.
I looked at my buddies and I was like, what are you going to do? Literally, what are you going to do? Your corner can't be any closer to the receiver, and the guy should have been sacked 2 different times.
Yeah, Benito was in his lap by the end of that play. He somehow escaped a sandwich between Zach Allen and Jonathan Cooper. It was phenomenal. Phenomenal play made by, let's be honest, it's a great player. He is a great player.
He's becoming what the scouts said he would be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Daniel Jones is becoming what a few scouts thought he would be. What are you going to do? That's why I'm saying we don't need to kick dust on the season. This season still has plenty of potential for you.
Yeah.
Just probably is going to end up in the Super Bowl. There's way too much stuff about that. If you get a playoff win this year as a Broncos fan, you should be happy.
Well said.
All right, last night the Giants fell to 0-3, letting this show down yet again.
Did it? I didn't feel sad about it. Watching this guy, I was like, there's no way I was going to talk good about this guy
How
all
am
year.
I gonna come up with anything nice to say about
that's
this?
how it played out. There's another universe where he wins this game.
Listen,
it's a remote universe.
I almost tweeted back at your tweet.
In
but
the
I figured-
K&L multiverse.
I love because Mark Springer goes, Russell Wilson's let the K&L show down for the last time. If that punk shows up here and wins in a couple weeks,
Ugh. Oh my gosh. Last night, Russell Wilson, 18-32, 160 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks, sacked twice. Brian Daboll today was asked, what is he going to do at quarterback for the Giants?
Yeah, we just watched the tape here, Paul. We're in the meetings with the players right now. Like I said yesterday, in order to improve the passing game, and I'd say that was the number one thing we needed to improve from yesterday. A collective. Everybody's got to be, doing exactly the right stuff. So it's not all on one guy. There's multiple reasons why, certain plays didn't, come out the way we wanted them to come out, and we'll continue to do that.
Malik Neighbors, 7 targets, 2 catches for 13 yards. You take him away.
and he tried not to let them take him away.
Yeah.
Man, Russ, you talk about trying to force it in.
Yeah. It's what he used to do with Cortland around here. Look, Russell Wilson played poorly because Russell Wilson's not very good. All right. But also, I truly don't know, is that setting Jackson Dart up for any success right now, putting him in there with that offense? That, Andy, there aren't many organizations quite frankly, in sports right now that are a bigger mess than these guys. And one of the biggest indictments that the Giants are facing right now is that Saquon Barkley left and did what he did. Daniel Jones left and is doing what he's doing currently. I don't know how anybody keeps their job in that place.
I don't know how they kept their job to this point.
That's a good point.
They showed the box had that split screen of Daboll and who is it? Shane?
Joe Shane, yeah.
Joe Shane. And I'm just thinking, why did you keep those guys?
Cam
Seriously.
Scadaboo's kind of a fun player.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
But
Malik Neighbors is a fun guy, but you didn't decide you wanted to draft a quarterback a little, although they did get.
They drafted Jackson Dart.
But we'll see, man. Look, we'll see, okay?
It's going to be a tough gig for a first-time quarterback. Tough.
Did they go to
gig.
Jameis? Somebody did text in. Should they go to Jameis? I almost I forget, but then I don't forget. Why would you not just give Jameis a try for these next 3? Dude, Russ is cooked.
Yeah.
We've seen this, Russ.
It's bad. He's turtling really
bad right now.
now.
It at least took him till the last couple games of the season to get there in Pittsburgh. He's already back to that.
He's hanging on to the football. Nobody's open. He's guessing. He's ghosts.
Forcing it to one dude.
Yeah, holding on to the ball and just getting slammed back there.
Plus now, I mean, again, you don't intend to, but you did. You did the old Jackson Dart switch him in and out. Now he's getting booed by the Giants fan. I mean, this is New York. Do you think Russ has ever played in a market as mean as New York?
Denver's pretty mean.
Yeah, it is.
Denver's
fair enough.
And quite
You're
honestly,
right.
Denver's like Philly with more attractive people.
Okay.
Damn straight.
We don't have the cheese sticks to get fat on. We got to go take hikes. We have less jewelry on the neck.
On Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
If Bo Nix misses another deep ball, the Boo Birds are going to be out
in
that Bengals game.
I know, you're right.
The locals will get restless very, very quickly
That's a hell of
around
a point,
here.
Nate. It could be an ugly Monday night if we're not careful.
Yeah, we do not treat quarterbacks all that kindly in this town. You got to do something for it. I watched Peyton Manning get booed in this town.
That's true. That's true.
So
he remembered it.
Yeah, they'll turn on Bo Nix a lot faster than that. He needs to come out and play well. If it looks like it does, where they don't get another first down of the game until the second quarter, it's going to get bad.